Hello fellow YouTubers, welcome back to another pickups video. So as I mentioned in my last pickup video, Bloomington, Illinois, they were getting a Mega Replay, which I drive through that town every day, so that was cool to get a Mega Replay for retro games, which it's actually disc replay, but when we were talking to the guy at the store tonight when me and my wife went there, they're going to be changing all the disc replay names to Mega Replay, because they want people to understand that there's more than just like, people might think they're just selling movies and they're not. They're selling movies. But the cool thing about going into the store when I walked in there is they don't forget, because the name's different, they don't forget what they're popular for, and that over half the store was dedicated just to video games from the 2600 up to the PS3 and Xbox 360. So I wanted to explain some of the games I didn't get that I saw there that were rare. I know on the Super Nintendo I saw from Enix they had Robo Trek for $20. I never played that, I don't know what it's about, but it was for $20. For the N64, they had Bomberman 64, they had Harvest Moon 64, Destruction Derby 64. They had a pretty good selection of N64 games. But when you get to the PlayStation side, they had Mega Man Legends and Mega Man Legends 2. They wanted $20 for Mega Man Legends, and I think they wanted $46 for Mega Man Legends 2. And no, I did not get those games. I only wanted to. Don't have the money for that right now. They also had Sonic Adventure 2 there for the Dreamcast for $20. Pretty much. But they did have a wide selection of comic games. Like, even though it's a comic game, it's a game I forgot that came out for the PlayStation 1. Twisted Metal Small Brawl, which is basically taking the Twisted Metal cars and making them remote control car versions of themselves. I had forgot that game came out. They also had posters in there, like Mario posters and stuff you could get. They also had toy candy, like the PSP looking candy, the Mario mushroom and the mystery box, the Zelda minifigures, stuff like that. All that stuff is really cool. But let's get to the games I picked up. Now, the first game I picked up for the Super Nintendo was basically the game that came with the Super Nintendo when I got it for my Christmas. I believe when I was in 6th grade. 6th grade I got it. And that would be Super Mario World. This is the player's choice version, which I don't care. I'll get the other version, the original version eventually. But you know what's funny about the Mario games, this game, NES versions of this game, is that the older retro systems with Mario, no matter how many games I get, I can always go back and play these games, and they're still fun to me, and they never bore me. So it's really cool I got this game again, because I really do want to play through it again. Now for the Genesis, I picked up Tailspin. Just such great Disney games back in the 16-bit era of video gaming. It's just the game itself. The sticker's in perfect condition. I actually used to own this game, had a lot of fun with it, so I'm really glad to have it again. Now, ironically, when me and my wife saw this game on the Genesis, we had to get it because we thought of my son. As everybody knows, my son is a massive Sonic fan. He loves Sonic. And so I had to pick up Sonic the Hedgehog 3 because I did not have it. Now, I have never played Sonic the Hedgehog 3. I was done with Sonic after 2. I kind of got out of the Sonic phase. And the only Sonic game I believe on the Genesis I do not have now is, I believe it's Sonic and Knuckles. And I know where to get that if I want to, but I just love the back. New attitude, new enemies. But it does come complete. It has the instruction booklet in the game itself. But it's really cool to have this in the collection, especially a game I'd never played before. And I know my son would get enjoyment of it, so it's really cool to have that. Now, I did end up in the PlayStation 1 section, and I didn't get anything. I'm still looking for the War Games game that came out on the PS1. Loosely based off the movie. I've had a lot of fun with it. I know I could find it on eBay, but I was just trying to find a store to have it. No one has it, so at some point I may have to get it off eBay or something. But anyway, the first game for the PlayStation 2 I got for myself, and that is Castle Shigami 2, a shmup. And one thing I realized, when I was looking at the anime, cover of that, my wife thought this was anime and thought it was, ooh, what's this? And I said, no, it's a shmup, a shooter. She goes, oh, she doesn't really care for shooters. But I like on the like the PlayStation 1 and 2, what I like about them that I do not like about current generation anime games is I like the hand-drawn anime cartoon in the PlayStation 1 and 2 games. I do not like the graphical anime in today's games. That's what I realized why I don't have as much of a caring for those games as I do as the older PS1 and PS2 ones. And my wife feels the same way, to be honest with you, because we went to Best Buy today. She has like $30 in credit, and she looked around. She looked at White Knight Chronicles 2 and stuff, but honestly, there was just nothing to appeal to her. We both were more excited to go to the retro store than we were to go actually look at the. And I know there are a lot of great games coming out, like Elder Scrolls 5 and stuff, but right now with the newer games, it just isn't nothing that I have to get it today. So the next two PlayStation 2 games are games my wife wanted. This first one she thought was pretty interesting. It's Chaos Legion from Capcom. Never played it before, but picked it up. It was only like $2, so. And this, ironically, is a game I used to own on my PlayStation 2. I traded it a long time ago and kicked myself for it. And she saw us, goes, "This is cool." And I said, "We used to own this. You never played it." And she goes, "Really?" And that is Dragon Quest VIII, Journey of the Cursed King. This is a great game. I loved this game on the PlayStation 2. Now, the person who used to own this marked out this on marker. It's only on the plastic. It's not actually on the cover. So if I get another 2-disc case, I can easily swap these out. In case you want to know, this was supposed to be $8, but it actually only came with the game. The demo disc wasn't in there, and so I marked it down. And since my wife wanted, I told her that was her call, whether she wanted it without the demo disc or not. And she said she wanted the game, so we got it. I'll probably get a better version of this eventually anyway. But this is just an awesome game. I actually can't wait to play through this game again. It's such a great game. It's really cool to have a store dedicated to retro games in the area now, so I can pick up retro games and have more pickup videos. Because they had a lot of common games for $2-3 that I don't have in my collection that I could pick up more often. But it was just really cool. Those are some of my pickups, and now my son's gone for the weekend. It's time to get some retro gaming done. So I'll see you guys next video.